tanglaw sa pagboto.
So let's now welcome our very good-looking and smart host, Attorney John Paul A. Martin.
Grabe yung pamumulang, aga-aga.
Yan, good morning, sir. Kamusta ka naman po ngayon?
Morning, Jackie at... anong pangalan?
Zali, sir.
Morning, Jackie at Zali. Morning po sa ating mga kababayang nanonood dito, here and abroad. Yan, sa ating podcast. At isang maganda yung panahon ngayong umaga dito sa syudad ng Baguio. Good morning po sa inyong lahat. Sige, nasa pang-ilang episode na po ito ng ating podcast. Ito po ang Tabo Podcast, Tanglaw sa Pagboto. Ang purpose po ng podcast namin ay para maliwanagan po kayo sa mga issue tungkol po sa ating pamayanan, sa ating syudad. At i-relate po natin ito sa eleksyon kasi lahat ng issue ng sambayanan ay may relate sa eleksyon. Tignan nyo kung paano. Now, ang i-discuss po natin na topiko ngayong araw sa ating mga naggagandahan na mga OJT mula sa University of the Cordilleras ay patungkol sa syudad ng Baguio bilang smart at creative city. So ano ang ibig sabihin ng smart at creative city?
Okay, sir. So, for the first question, sir, what makes Baguio City a smart and creative city?
It's not just a smart city. Baguio City is not just a smart city. What's important is it is part of our long-term plan, strategic plan to be a smart city by 2027. So that's 5 years from now. Because that will entail cost. It will also entail building capacity and capability. One is, what is important is we have the platform. You can never be a smart city unless you have a platform. So when you say platform, you have the technology, you have the platform. Kumbaga, kung isipin mo na, parang sa computer, meron ka nung CPU. And then you can actually connect different types of systems, applications. What you see in the PNP, sa MMDA, sa Davao, sa Makati, sa Quezon City, you see lots of computers, you see a LED wall, you see cameras all over the locality. These are safe city systems. Ibig sabihin, you can actually determine if you're committing the crime, or violated the law, traffic rules and regulations. But for smart city, yung safety and security that you see in safe city are just components. It enhances governance. It enhances governance. Wherein decision making are basically data-driven, evidence-based, and science-based.
What do you think are the cons of having a smart city in the context of Baguio?
So ngayon, I think it's changing the mindset of the people. Madaming nagtataka bakit tayo naging smart city. Madaming nagtatanong bakit natin kailangan to. It's maybe changing the mindset of the people and making them aware or making them used to that we have to be globally competitive as opposed to just being Baguio how they remember Baguio many years ago. We have to make sure that we are also improving, we are also leveling up. So I think that's one of the points that it's very difficult now.
What are the benefits of having a smart city naman po in relation naman po sa peace and order?
With peace and order, it's very easy now. At least, have you visited our Smart City Command Center? Not yet. So the Smart City Command Center, we installed AI cameras around the city and we hope to install more. So meron tayong mga AI cameras sa Central Business District. These AI cameras, it's why we keep saying AI, it's training itself, it's gathering data for itself and then it's training itself to see mga suspicious behavior, mga traffic violations, mga ganung bagay. So, with regards to peace and order, at least it will help the manpower as opposed to yung tao lang yung check lagi. Siyempre, you cannot do that naman on your own as a human being. Aside from that, I think faster din yung share ng information dun sa mga responding units. So pag nakita nyo sa command center, mabilis na lang yung cascade ng information.
Do you think one of the cons of having a smart city is that it curtains the freedom of assembly?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, you don't mean to say na
Kasi automated na lahat ng center.
your information. So, I don't think so. It's
Information, may sample data, meetings.
meron tayo dito sa city, meron tayong data privacy officer. So we make sure that all this data, regardless of how much data we receive, is protected. So kahit yung mga sa bakuna website natin, sa HDF natin ng pandemic, all of that has been protected through our data privacy policies.
What do you think are the benefits of having a smart city when it comes to peace and order?
Of course, yung enhancement ng security natin, no? Yung safety natin. Lalong-lalo na itong pagsagabi. Malaking katulungan po to. Yung mga nagkakaroon ng emergency, it is easy to dial 911. And then yan nga po, andito naman yung Tactical Operation Center ng Baguio na nakapag po tayo. So, mas mabilisan po ang response natin. And of course, sa traffic, malaking tulong din yan. Namumonitor po natin kung saan yung kailangan ibubutin ng mga personnel natin na nasa ground para hindi mag-clog yung or mag-lock yung traffic natin sa city. Yun ang iniiwasan kasi naman.
Do you think having a smart city command center in our city really effective?
Yes, I do think that having a smart city command center in the city is effective.
In what way and why do you think so?
I do believe that when we have a smart city command center, this is a way for the city to cope up with the new trend of technology, particularly digitalization. In this era now, we are adopting different technological terms and a smart city is one of them. Apart from that, this is also a way for the government to manage wherein they have an overview of the city. This is to keep tabs on the city, to keep them safe, and to open public spaces for other people. This is also a way to expand the scope of what the government or what our officials can actually do for the city. In providing so, it will also provide other means for these younger generations to actually involve themselves in the process of learning more about the city. It's also an opening and a way towards development, which is why I believe that it can be and it is an effective means to have in the city.
So ano ang ibig sabihin ng smart at creative city?
Actually, at first, sir, kapag sinasabing smart city, the only thing that comes to our mind is yung 911. Yun lang, sir. At napaka-shallow po ng idea na yun. Pero thanks to this interview, dahil hindi lang kami naliwanagan, nagkaroon din kami ng additional knowledge. Kasi ang pagiging smart and creative city is may mas malalim pa pala siyang kahulugan at epekto sa ating syudad dito sa Baguio.
In my own opinion, sir, nung sinabi mo yung topic about sa smart city, sabi ko, may utak din pala si Baguio City. Joke, kidding aside, naisip ko na parang may inclusion dito yung technology.
Yes,
Of course.
yes. At pinagmamalaki po ito ng syudad ng Baguio kasi tayo yung unang smart and creative city dito sa syudad. Ay, so Pilipinas actually. May mga smart city sa Davao at ibang lugar. Pero tayo yung pinakaunang smart na creative pa. Di ba? So, ano ba? Ano ba ang ibig sabihin? Ano ba yung manifestation? Ano ba yung mga ebidensya natin na ang syudad ng Baguio ay smart and creative city?
Actually, sir, to give us a background, sir, kasi we asked Sir Adam, the officer in charge in command center, sabi po nila, they conduct a research, sir, that they found out that Baguio is already a decaying city. Ganun na, sir. Kaya ganun na po kalala. So, in order for that data na makalap, sir, at isolve po yung pagiging decayed city ng Baguio, nagpatayo po sila ng Smart Command Center, sir.
Pag sinabing decayed city, masyado na ba tayo madami? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng decayed urbanization na dahil ang syudad ng Baguio ay isang maliit lamang na syudad
Yes,
sa taas ng bundok, di ba? meron lang tayong konting mga kapasidad na sana na maninirahan dito.
Yes.
Pero dahil boom na boom at naging melting pot ang syudad natin ng mga sari-saring lahi, mga estudyante from regions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hanggang, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Mga sabihin na nating traders from all over Luzon ay biglang dumami. At yun siguro yung sinasabi kung bakit tayo decaying. Hindi kaya
Hindi na kaya, sir.
ng syudad ng Baguio na i-accommodate na lahat. No? So anong gagawin ng ating syudad para dito?
Decaying city, sir, kasi in addition, di ba kapatagan yung Baguio City, pero how come na nababaha pa dito? Di ba? Last issues, di ba nabaha dun sa may session, sir? Or dun sa...
Pag malakas ang ulan, di ba? Hanggang dito nga eh.
Yes, sir.
Pero nakahiga ako.
Mas lalo na yung population dito, sir, because parang central na din dito ng business, lalo na sa school, na which is very popular, na
Yes.
talagang UC, SLU, and others, UB, and so on, na parang tinatangkilik ng lahat. Tapos mas lalo na sa weather, nagiging vacation area nila ito.
Yes.
Baguio, pati na nga yung galing sa Maynila. So, in order to solve this, sabi ni Mayor, kailangan ng smart city para ma-implement yung safety ng people and also to improve the economic sustainability or to para mapaganda pa yung ekonomiya ng Baguio City, sir.
So hindi lang safety, kino-consider din natin yung welfare ng mga tao, especially solid waste management. Grabe ang basura dito pag Tuesday. Di ba? Mas malaki sa'yo ang basura. Kada barangay, di ba? Tapos kulang yung ating mga trucks for that. I-recycle itong mga basura natin. Kahit to rehabilitate yung ating hangin para mas lumamig at mas madami pang turistang mag-e-enjoy, wala na po yung amoy ng pine tree. Amoy na lang po ng ating mga kabayo. Dati-dati naaamoy mo ba yan sa baba, yung pine tree, di ba? Pero ngayon, dahil sa dami na ng tao, yung lamig, nagiging mainit na rin. So, yun po yung kung bakit sikat ang Baguio dahil po sa malamig na simoy ng hangin. Especially tuwing panagpenga. Now, how to do it? Paano natin i-address ang mga problems na ganito?
Yes, sir. Sir, the problem like that is, sabi po nila, it is yung smart city kasi, sir, it is a data-driven approach, sir. So, lahat po ng mga problema ng traffic, ng problema sa weather, ganun po, they store it in a data. Tapos, through this data, doon nila kukunin yung information, sir, sa data na na-store sa smart city. At through this, sir, gagawa sila ng mga steps, sir, para isolve yung mga yun, sir. Parang they have the data to back their plans, sir. It
Okay.
is data-driven and also science din, sir, magmi-mix with the help of technology.
See?
Sir.
Oo.
So in addition, sir, sabi nga niya, evidence-based and scientific-based. Kasi bago nila gagawin yung plano, may study aside from what Jackie said na decaying, tsaka nila i-implement, hindi basta na lang i-implement without the problem, parang ganun. And yung experience ko sa command center, parang it's a great privilege. Uy, parang may iyak na ako.
Ang ganda.
Yes,
Ang ganda sa
ganda.
command center na buti pa kayo nakapasok na doon. Ako hindi pa.
Yes, sir.
Paging sa command center, andito lang po ako sa compound, baka pwede namang i-tour dyan. Pero pupuntahan ko po yung command center.
As in, sir, pag papasok ka dun, as in, CCTV coverage lahat, pati yung...
Syudad ng Baguio, ah?
Oh, yes, sir.
Wow.
Tas,
See?
trinay-
Sa mga mandurukot, delikado kayo, kitang-kita mukha nyo sa CCTV.
Yes, sir. Tas ang clear, kahit na yung plate number ng sasakyan, if ever na may mandurukot, ganun or whatsoever, kitang-kita as in. Klarong-klaro po talaga. Kaya may chances din na yung mga criminals.
So scientific
Tago na kayo.
ang approach, no? Scientific, data-driven, evidence-based ang approach to address yung mga problems. Now, here's my problem. Kung sakali, nag-graduate na yung mga current top officials natin sa administrasyon na ito, because I think this started during the new administration. You know? Kung sakaling tapos na ang kanilang panunungkulan, no? 3 terms,
Sige, sir. If ever...
masusustain kaya itong Smart City or Creative City Initiative ng syudad? That's a real problem, ha?
Yes, sir. That's a real problem. If the administration changes,
Yes.
kasi yung administration ngayon, si Mayor Magalong, they've stated that they had this Memorandum of Agreement with the partners. Japan ata yung nabanggit niya, no? So, Japan yung nabanggit niya na partnership niya in order to make this Smart City manifest, para ma-manifest yung project na ito. Tapos gumagawa din sila ng ordinances with the offices. Yun yung sabi nila. Para in case man na mag-change yung administration, at least there's a
Tuloy-tuloy pa
memorandum of
rin.
agreement pa din.
Merong promise of continuity, no?
Parang ganun
Itong mga
naman.
project na ito. Kasi how about itong creativeness ng ating syudad? Nakikita mo, ganda ng Session Road, may mga signages, parang Hong Kong o Singapore yan, di ba? Governor Park Road, di ba? Session Road, tapos bahay ni Atty. Martin, joke lang. Signage, ang ganda, di ba? Is that part of the Creative City Initiative?
Yes, sir, kasi they focus lang din po, sir, they are improving the tourist spots like this, sir, and they are focusing on local artists, sir, kasi pinapahiram din po nila yung athletic bowl, yung Session Road po, para maipakita po ng mga local artists yung pagiging magaling po nila sa different artistry, sir.
Every Sunday nga, di ba, naka-close ang ating Session Road para ma-showcase yung mga local artists natin. Nakikita mo si Mariel dyan sa Session Road. Kumakanta yan every Sunday, di ba, Mariel? Tapos makikita mo rin si Jackie na nag-i-spin.
Humihingi.
Tumbling palikod. But those are initiatives para sa Creative City and para Smart City na rin. At doon sa Peace and Order naman, wala tayong masabi. Kasi naka-alert palagi yung ating mga kapulisan to address yung mga issues na yan. And so many festivals, so many art exhibits, so many song festival, at kung ano-ano pang mga programa dito sa siyudad ng Baguio to uplift yung pagka-creative city ng ating syudad. And I think itong syudad ng Baguio ay recognized internationally as a creative city, dahil may mga recognitions ang ating syudad patungkol po sa pagiging artistic ng ating mga kababayan dito sa lungsod. Now, sa final quote po natin, sa final question po natin sa dalawa nating butihing respondents ngayong araw na ito, paano natin i-relate yung smart and creative city ng isang syudad, not necessarily Baguio, ng isang syudad sa eleksyon?
For me, in my own opinion, sir, it's the political will of the people. Whoever that candidate who wants to continue this project, kung sa Baguio, sa context ng Baguio, kasi election na naman, magbabago na yung administration, yun yung iboboto nila. For me, as an individual, kasi hindi naman pwedeng ako lang yung bumoto, tapos mananalo na yung ano ko. I can be the campaign manager, parang ganun. I can be the voice from a certain candidate, parang ganun. Parang i-encourage ko yung ibang students or community to vote for this person kasi responsible or whatsoever na standard na isa-set ko sa isang candidate, sir.
Si Sally pala ay taga-Kalinga, no? So take note sa mga kasama natin sa Kalinga, future leader po yan sa Kalinga. Magiging campaign manager siya ng mga... But that's good, no? Political will. See kung anong mangyayari pag may political will ang isang kandidato, pati na rin yung ating mga botante. Ang magiging result, maganda, smart and creative city. How about you, Jackie?
Sir, aside from the political will, kasi we're focused on advantages naman po kung may political will, dito na din po papasok yung downside with is yung ego. Siyempre, there is a transition of administration talaga. Sir, hindi natin may iwasan na mapapalitan yung nakaupo ngayon. So, if ever na mangyari yun at may pumalit na bago, papasok na po dun yung sa ego niya, sir, na ay, gusto ko bang ituloy ito kasi ginawa na to ng next administration. Parang papasok na yung pride nila na ay, gusto ko rin mag-iwan ng legacy na gagawa siya ng bago at mapapabayaan niya na yung pagiging smart and creative city natin, sir, which is yun po yung downside nun, sir. If mali po yung naboto nating person in charge, sir.
Yun ang tinatawag kong issue on sustainability. Dahil na rin sa sinabi mo, Jackie, na ego factor. Tama yun, nangyayari po yun. Remember, there was one time in Philippine history na yung isang presidente nilabelan as such at lahat ng kanilang ginawa ay inabandona ng sumunod na presidente. Alam nyo na kung anong nangyari. Di ba? Merong magaling na leader, walang perpektong leader. Magaling, pero hindi siya perpekto. Ganon din po sa ating mga lokal na gobyerno. May magaling na leader, pero hindi siya perpekto. Kaya nga ang tinanong ko sa inyo kanina is regarding sustainability, kasi nga, paano na ang smart and creative city kung iba na yung nakaupo? Itutuloy pa ba niyan? But let's see. Tignan din natin yung boses ng botante kung paano niya i-sustain by their own level bilang botante itong ganitong nangyayari at mangyayari pa lang dito sa syudad ng Baguio. Take note, hindi pa po tapos yung proyekto na maging smart at creative city ang Baguio. This is a continuing plan. Madaming pong taon po ang hindi po yan pwedeng implement in just 1 year or 1 administration or 3 terms or even 3 terms. Continuous po yan. Kasi continuous po rin ang problema natin na kailangan i-address ng ating syudad. And take note, ano po ang maging desisyon ng ating botante sa susunod na eleksyon? Nakasalalay din po yan yung smart and creative city po ng syudad ng Baguio.
Yes, sir.
So, ayan po ulit yung ating episode ng ating podcast, ang Tado Podcast, sa susunod po na edisyon ng ating podcast na ito. Maraming salamat, Zaili at Jackie, sa inyong participation dito. Maraming salamat din sa inyo sa susunod po na podcast na ito. Salamat!